Hello to everyone. I am Dr. Alkesh Agrawal, and in this lecture, which is based on logic family, we will mainly discuss about the transistor logic, in which we will discuss different configurations that are open collector output, totem pole output, and tri-state output. So here are some reference books that include Digital Design by M. Morris Mano and M. D. Saletti, and Modern Digital Electronics by R. P. Jain. So, as we all know, the TTL stands for transistor logic, and the TTL has three output configurations. One is open collector output, second one is totem pole output, and the third one is tri state output. In subsequent slides, we'll discuss each of the output configuration in detail and how they are being designed and how the different outputs configuration work as per the input conditions. So before going into the detail, let us consider the mode of operation of a transistor. So in which here we have a table in which we have the mode of operation, voltage between base and emitter, voltage between collector and emitter, and current relationship. So as we all know, the transistor operates in three different modes. One is cutoff mode, where VB is less than zero point 0.6 volt. So when this, as you can see in figure number 1, we have a NPN transistor. So this is the base. We have the collector terminal and the emitter terminal. So this is the input voltage VB. Input, when we give input, the input voltage will be induced VB, and corresponding to that, the IB will flow. So when this VB voltage is less than 0.6 volt, the output which is taken from between VC at this point, it is open circuit, that it will be in cutoff mode, it will not be operative. In that case, IB is 0. When IB is 0, IC is beta IB, IC will also be 0. In active mode, when the voltage is increased beyond 0.6 to 0.7 volt, when VB increase from 0.6 to 0.7 volt, so the transistor will work in active mode, it will be in on state, and under that case the voltage across this VC is greater than 0.8 volt, and IC is beta IB. So what is HFE is the uh, voltage amplification, other current amplification. So HFE is a hybrid parameter, IC is HFE IB. So when voltage is increased beyond 7 from 0.7 to 0.8 volt, so the transistor goes into the saturation mode, where the VC is assumed to be 0.2 volt at this point with respect to ground, 0.2 volt, and IB is governed as IB is greater than ICS upon HFE. So here you can see the input characteristic of transistor. So this is the characteristic drawn between VB and IB. So when VB is increased beyond 0.6 volt, so after 0.6 volt, the transistor goes into the conduction mode, and there is a drastic increase in the base current IB. So these are the important characteristics, and these are three mode of operation of a transistor: cutoff mode, active mode, and saturation mode. So all these facts will be used in describing the three different output configurations. First one is open collector output. So here you can see we have three transistors. The first transistor is connected to the supply through the base. This is the emitter terminal, and the collector is connected to the base of the another transistor. So here the collector is connected to the supply in this configuration. Emitter, or the emitter, is the second transistor connected to the base of the third transistor. So again the collector is connected towards the supply, and emitter of Q2 and Q3 are being grounded. So here you can see this transistor 1 is connected through base to the supply, whereas transistor Q2 and Q3 are connected to the supply through the collector. So for Q2, Q3, they are in. So Q1, Q2, Q3 are connected as shown. Here the Q3, the output of Q3 is open, which is connected to a load resistor RL. So this configuration is called passive pull-up. Here we have two emitter terminals for two inputs A and B. So a very general mode of operation that the students should remember is C. So what happens when a transistor is operative? VC is low or it's pulled down to ground. So you have to keep in mind that when Q3 is on, for that Q2 should also be on because they are connected in a cascaded fashion. So if Q3 is on, or we can say if output is low means it is pulled down to ground, VC is low. So when Q3 is on or in saturation mode, Q2 should also be in saturation mode. And the voltage at this point must be sufficient to overcome this potential VPN, Q1, VBE, Q2, and VBE, Q3. But if this Q3 is in cutoff mode, it means Q2 is also in cutoff mode, and the potential at this point is not sufficient to drive Q2 and Q3 into on and saturation state. Under that case, output will be pulled up by the supply. So this is how we understand the operation of this open collector. Now we'll go into much detail. So here we have discussed two cases. In case one, when both inputs are at low logic. At low logic means they are between 0 to zero point 0.2 volts. So under worst case, if we assume the any one or both inputs are at zero point 0.2 volt, so it means the potential at this point will be at most 0 0.9 volt. Why 0 0.9 volt? Because they have to overcome this potential VPN. This is NPN transistor, NPN. So VPN should be greater than 0.6 to 0.7 volt. So 0.7 plus 1 is 0.9. The potential at this point is 0.9 volt. So potential at this point, which is assumed to be 0.9 volt, is not sufficient to drive Q2, to drive this Q2 and Q3 on. Why? Because for the Q2 and Q2 to be on, the potential at this point, that is at P, it should be VPN 0.6 volt, VBE Q2 0.6 volt, and VBE Q3 0.6 volt. So minimum potential at this point should be greater than 1.8 volt for Q2 and simultaneously Q3 to be on. So when both or any one of the input is low, this Q2 and Q3 will be in cutoff mode, and the output will be pulled up to VCC by this passive pull up resistance. So this is case 1. So what we are getting as output is NAND output, A and B inversion. Case 2, when both inputs are at high logic. So when both inputs are at high logic, there is no current path for the current to flow. So potential at this point will be raised up. How much raised up? It will be raised up to overcome this potential VPN Q1, VBE Q2, and VB Q3. So under that case, Q2 and Q3 will be drived. So they will be operative, go into saturation, and output will be pulled down to ground. So VC Q3 will be 0.2 volt down to ground. So in this case, again we get a NAND output. So A and B are high, and what we are getting a low output. So this is how the open collector output works when both inputs or any one input is low and when both outputs are high. So this is TTL NAND gate with open collector output. Next is totem pole output. So what is the difference between the two? Here we have open collector output. We have three transistors. So here we have one more transistor Q4, and between Q4 and Q3 we have a diode. So output is taken from here, and the output. So there's a resistor. Resistor is RL is being replaced by a Q4 in combination with the diode. So this kind of configuration is called active pull-up, also known as totem pole output. So why totem pole output means there are two transistors at the output, one above the other. So Q1, Q2, Q3, up to Q1, Q2, Q3, the configuration are the same. As I have told you, the RL is replaced by a transistor Q4 in together with a diode. So in very brief, you should remember the output, when output is low means Q3 and Q2 are in saturation mode. When output is low means Q2 and Q3 are in saturation mode. For that, the potential at this point is sufficient to overcome this potential VP and Q1, VBE Q2 and VB Q3. Okay, and for the output to be high means Q2 and Q3 should be in cutoff mode. In that case, the potential at this point will be raised up. Okay, so that in the second case, Q2 and Q3 will be high, but Q4 and diode will be operative, so that this output will be pulled up by the supply. So, in brief, we you should remember how this totem pole output works. Now we'll go into much deeper explanation. So, case one. So here we'll you know uh, see from output to input. So when output Y is low, as I have told you, when output Y is low, which means this transistor Q2 and Q3 are in saturation mode. So potential at this point 5. Either you see at this point or you see at this point. The potential at this point is sufficient to overcome this potential and this potential. So what is this potential is? So at this potential is this potential plus this potential. So potential at this point is, so again I'll explain you. We are assuming that output is at low logic, which means Q2 and Q3 are in saturation mode. So here we can see at two different points. At this point, the potential is sufficient to overcome this potential VP and Q1, VBE Q2 and VB Q3, which should be greater than 1.8 volt. Or we can see at this point, so at this point, the potential at this point will be, the potential at this point, or what was so that Q2 and Q3 are not, but in order to drive this Q4 and diode on, the potential at this point must be sufficient to overcome this potential of VB, Q4 and diode. So this is must be greater than 1.2 to 1.4 volt, minimum 0.6, at most 0.7, 0.7. Okay, but potential at this point is how much? Because this transistor and transistor are on, so it is 0.2 potential VC VCQ2 plus VBEQ2. So zero point 0.2 and 0.7, 0.9 volt. So potential at this point is not sufficient to drive this transistor on and diode to conduct. So this Q4 will be in cutoff mode and Q2 and Q3 will be on mode and output will be pulled down to ground. Case 2, when output transits from low to high logic, means the potential at this point will be raised up. Okay, how much it will be raised up? It means when we say that the output transits from low to high logic means the A or B are at low logic, that is potential at this point now drops down to zero point 0.9 volt. Why 0.9 volt? 0.2 volt at this A or B, or zero point 0.7 VPN. So 0.7 plus 0.2 is 0.9 volt. So this potential which was earlier 1.8 volt was drops down to 0.9 volt, and therefore Q2 and Q3 will be in cutoff mode. Or we can say the potential at this point will raised up by how much? Sufficient to overcome this potential plus this potential. Okay, so this potential this is in cutoff mode and this is also cutoff mode. Potential at this point will be raised up by this supply. It will overcome this potential VBQ4 and diode, and therefore the output will be pulled up by the passive pull-up resistor. So this is how a TTL NAND gate with totem pole output configuration works. So this is the second configuration. The third configuration is tri-state output. So this is somewhat more complex logic. Here you can see this is the modification of this totem pole output. You can see here one of the input is being connected to, this is the control input, control unit. So this control unit consists of three transistors Q7, Q6, Q7, Q8, where the base of the Q6 is connected to the supply of the main unit, as well as the emitter is connected to the base of Q7, and the collector is connected again to the supply of main unit, and the emitter of Q7 is connected to the base of Q8. Both emitter of Q7 and Q8 are be grounded, and the collector of Q8 you can see is connected to one of the input of main unit of transistor Q1, as well as it is also connected to the diode which is in between the collector and the emitter terminals of the collector terminal of Q2 and the emitter base terminal of Q5 in between this diode. Okay, and if you see this configuration, this is some more or less the same as totem pole output. So we have this Q1, Q2. We have one more transistor Q5 between Q2 and Q4 here, and so this output here you can see Q5 is connected to the collector terminal, and Q3 is connected to the emitter terminal, and again this emitter terminal of Q5 is connected to the base of Q4, and here you can see Q3 and Q4 are connected such that the emitter terminal of Q4 is connected to the collector and the emitter of Q3, emitter terminal of Q3, the emitter terminal of Q2, and the emitter terminal of Q3, all the three are grounded as shown. So this is somewhat complex in nature. Now this control unit or this control input controls the functioning of this main unit. How? So these are certain facts about this tri-state logic. So first of all, we will see why it is called tri-state output. Why? Because we have three different output conditions. One is a low logic state. Okay, this output logic is low at low state. In what case? When transistor Q3 is operative and Q4 is in cutoff mode. This is what we have shown in previous configurations also. So this is one of the state when output state is at low logic, means Q3 is operative and Q4 is in cutoff mode. A high state where Q3 is off but Q4 is on, and in another case is when Q3 and Q4 both are in cutoff mode, that is called a high impedance state, so that there is no flow of data. Okay, so here, so all these conditions are being controlled by this control input. So when control input is low, so what happens? You can see when control input is low, again we can see the potential at this point is not sufficient enough to drive Q7 and Q8 into on condition. Okay, so this will be in cutoff mode, and this whole unit has no control over this, and the output data will depend upon this input data. So when control input is low, you can see the diagram. When control input is low, that is not active, the output depends upon input. When control input is high, control input is high, so this diodes Q7 and Q8 will be in on mode, and in that case this diode will be, this output will be in low state. So this in being low state, the diode will conduct, as well as this current will also flow from this. So under that case I'll explain in detail. In that case Q4 and Q3 both will go in cutoff mode, and this is a high impedance state, and therefore there is no flow of information from input to output. So this is called tri-state output because output can be in low logic state, a high logic state, or a high impedance state. This is the diagram or the symbol. So now we will discuss in detail. The first is when control input is low. So you can see with the facts and figures, when control input is low, so potential at this point is at most 0.9 volt, which is not sufficient to drive this potential of VPN Q6 plus VBE Q7 and VB Q8. So this both transistor will be in cutoff mode, and therefore this whole unit will be cut off from this main unit. The diode will not conduct. Okay, so under this the output Y depends upon input A. Okay, so you can see when so this is the first case. So the second is when control input is high. When control input is high, the potential at this point will be raised up. Okay, this will conduct and this will also conduct, goes into saturation. Once this Q7 Q8 will go into saturation, the potential at this point will reduce to 0.2 volt, and we see Q8 is 0.2 volt. When once this potential is at 0.2 volt, the diode conducts, and this also through this path the current will flow. Now when diode conducts, the potential at this point, okay, the potential at VB is how much? 0.9 volt, because at this point it is 0.2 volt. For that to conduct, minimum potential barrier is zero point 0.7, so 0.9 volt. So potential at point B, which is zero point 0.9 volt, is not sufficient to drive this transistor Q5 and Q4. So they will be go into cutoff mode. So this is first case. Second, when potential at this point is low, zero point 0.2 volt, so again the potential at this point will again be zero point 0.9 volt, which is not sufficient to drive Q2 and Q3 into conduction back, and then saturation mode, and again Q2 and Q3 will be in cutoff mode, and therefore when control input is high, the transistor Q3 and Q4 will go into cutoff mode, and this is called high impedance state. So this is second condition. In the first case, we told that when control input is low, it has no control over the Q3 and Q4. So in this case, we'll explain that when this input is low, you can see the potential at this point will not be enough to drive Q2 and Q3 into on, so there will be in cutoff mode, and output will be pulled up to high. Whereas when this input is high, the potential at this point will be sufficient to drive Q2 and Q3 into on state, and in that case the output will be low. So it will, so in when control input is low state, output depends upon the inversion of input A, and when the control input is high, so both these output transistors will go into cutoff mode, and it offers a high impedance state. So these are three different configurations that we studied. That is open collector output, also known as passive pull-up, totem pole output, that is called active pull-up, and a tri-state output. Thank you.